So can you find success as a Scrum Master even without a background in tech? Yes, of course you can. And so I hope this helps you, Jessica, as I go through some of this thing, right? So yes, you can find success as a Scrum Master without a background in tech. And again, I mean, after the first student, second student, third student, there are so many students that confirm this fact for me and for our school for sure, right? But I always say that there are certain things that have to be in place, right? Certain things have to be in place. I'm not just going to say just go and do. No, that is not setting you up for success. But yes, the role of a Scrum Master involves facilitating, communicating, promoting collaboration, fostering that culture of continuous improvement, and so many more things, right? But what are the key things that need to be in place so that you can find success even without tech experience as a Scrum Master? First and foremost, for sure, is learning and experiencing the practical application of Scrum. That is very important. Learning and experiencing that practical application of Scrum, right? Practical implementation, practical application. Living that agile mindset, developing soft skills that I believe a lot of us already have, focusing on servant leadership, continuous learning, being able to adapt and be flexible, problem-solving skills, and certification I put on there, because like I said, I'm not going to knock that off at all. I think it's important, but it's not the only thing. If you notice here, I didn't put certification as the only thing that you need to have to be able to succeed as a Scrum Master without tech experience. There are so many other things, and these are just some of the things right there. But for me, the first one is super, super important, is the practical application. What do I do when I get into a team and they need me to do something? I'll give an example. One of my students, on her first day as a Scrum Master, they just brought her in the team and said, hey, they're doing sprint planning. Go ahead and do what you do. Now, why is that very, very funny? Because typically when you get into a company, right, you have this onboarding process. Some companies give you some time, sometimes 4 weeks, 6 weeks, to learn their technology. You have some document to meet the team and all of that. But what happens in the one case out of 100 where you come on your first day and they put you in a team and they want to do sprint planning? What are you going to do? Like, how do you begin to have that conversation? And then you have all of these developers looking at you, and QE looking at you, and UX designers looking at you. What are you going to say? And that is why 2 days, 1 day reading YouTube, is not sufficient. Because if you don't know what it means to literally facilitate sprint planning and to ask questions, not just saying, all right, so what are we working on the next sprint? No, literally engage that group and have questions and conversations that people are relaxed talking about what they just completed and what they're looking forward to completing. And you're going through the board and you'll be able to ask intelligent questions and you're able to navigate their board. All of that is practical application. It's not book knowledge. It's not just YouTube knowledge. And these are the things that we do in class is literally real life. We have examples in class. We have real life projects in class. We've got, papers and case studies and questions and presentations, because the way our curriculum is set up is to give you the skills that you need so that even if they throw you in one team meeting on your first day, you're not caught by surprise. And even if you're caught by surprise, you already still have that community with us, and that leverage with us to really on-the-job support is also there for you. So we've really thought about from beginning to the end to make sure that our students are truly, truly successful, right? So practical key points here to find success as a Scrum Master, even without prior experience, you've got to literally that practical application of Scrum. Living the agile mindset is just one word, but how do you really live the agile mindset? We talk about that too in class. Developing those soft skills, focusing on servant leadership, continuous learning, and more. And while I was working on my slide, I wanted to make it also really practical for you and really show you some real world examples of successful agile implementation, right? So it's like you're hearing the words, but what does it really look like in real life, right? Let me know if that's something that you also want to see. Like, what does it really look like in real life? And my previous slide, I said, that Scrum, no day is the same. So even what I'm showing you right now could definitely be different, right, for somebody else who's working as a Scrum Master. And let me explain what I even mean by that is, we have students that their day job is easy breezy, beautiful, no stress, nothing. They have one team, any figure. They do their ceremonies. They try to work on their team, make their team be better. Then I have another student of mine who has like 6 teams, and it's like she's trying to catch her breath, and so much is going on because no day is the same, and no company is the same, and even as I go through job portals and I'm looking at all of these Scrum Master jobs and I'm looking at the job description, I always laugh because most times through the job descriptions, I can already guess the kind of environment that this environment is because of my experience. I know when I read job description, I'm like, are you really asking for a Scrum Master? Are you looking for a superwoman or superwoman, or what role are you really looking for? And that goes back to how companies want to be agile, but not all companies really understand what it means to be agile. And so if you are not a Scrum Master who understands it, you get soaked into that company and now get overwhelmed. You should be the one who comes into that company and you're able to see the dysfunction for what it is and really guide them through their transformation and not be afraid to say, well, I would recommend that this is how we should do this. So you understand the environment, and because of your expertise, you're able to guide them through a transformation, right? Versus you come into a company and then you are now soaked in and swarmed by the dysfunction when you're supposed to be a change agent. Now that is where the agile mindset comes from. And that's why, like I said, book knowledge, practical knowledge are two different things, right? So let's talk about the practical implementation of real world examples of successful agile implementations, okay? Number one, so this company, Mosin, right? The software development company facing challenges, delayed deliverables, delayed deliveries, and low team morale. What does agile transformation look like? What is a Scrum Master? What can a Scrum Master do within a team, right? So Scrum Master comes in and introduces agile practices, emphasizing on we have to plan our sprint, we have to do our daily stand-up, we have to do our retrospective, because these are the tools in the toolbox of Scrum, and there's a reason why they exist. There's a reason why they exist, right? And if you're able to leverage these tools, guess what? Through planning, you know what you're going to deliver. At least you have an idea of what you're going to deliver, right? Through daily stand-ups, you're able to check in day by day what's going on. Through retrospective, you're able to fix your team morale one step at a time. So what does that look like when you're able to leverage all of these things? Productivity is increased because teams are now more focused, right? Communication is improved because every day they're talking. Now the company is seeing a significant reduction, right, in the delivery time. So instead of taking 14 days or 1 month or 3 months to do a release or to deliver something, is now maybe 1 month. Just because someone understood what it really means to be a Scrum Master on the job. Another one is increased customer satisfaction at Macy, right? So retail company struggling with slow response to change. There are a lot of changes happening in the market. We're getting customer feedback, but we're not putting it into what we're doing. What can a Scrum Master do in this environment? First of all, again, implementing Agile as a methodology within the environment, right? Being able to ensure that the team is focused on their short development cycle. So we're building, but we're not building for such a long time. We're getting customer feedback and we're putting it in our next release or just next increment, and we're delivering it. And we're having that continuous feedback loop. So we are making sure that our customer's voice is heard in what we're building. So what does that result look like, right? Well, faster adaptation to market trends. You're now building things that the customer is at the focus of, right? The customer satisfaction scores increase. So when people say, well, I'm just doing meetings, a Scrum Master says, I'm just doing meetings, or I'm not seeing the value of my work. All these results are the value because a Scrum Master came into an environment, into a team, and they were able to implement the Scrum framework. They were able to help the teams have feedback from the customers and create that continuous feedback loop. They were able to ensure that the teams have a shorter development cycle. What does this lead to? It impacts the company positively, right? Talking about faster adaptation to market trends, talking about development of customer-centric features, right? Customer satisfaction is increasing, right? We're talking about morale is increasing, communication is improving. All of this definitely impacts the company and their revenue. So yes, as a Scrum Master, your impact is super needed within any organization, and you are valuable. But if you don't understand the value that you bring, then you can't really deliver it, right? And so I want to talk about common misconceptions. What are the common misconceptions, right? So I want to become a Scrum Master, and I'm glad I saw one in the chat, right? But what are the common misconceptions to becoming a Scrum Master? Well, you have to be technical to becoming a Scrum Master. No, you don't have to be technical. There's a but I'm going to stop at the first part. You don't have to be technical to become a Scrum Master. Or you don't need to have an IT education to become a Scrum Master. No, you don't need to have an IT education. So when I say IT, I mean you don't need to have a computer science degree. I remember someone in my class saying that someone told her, advised her to get a cybersecurity degree before she came to do my Scrum program. I'm like, what is the connection here? You don't need an IT education to become a Scrum Master. You don't need to have worked. And that, again, that has a but. And this is what we cover in my class. You don't need to have worked as a Scrum Master to build experience. No. Not at all. You don't need to go to school for 4 years or 6 years to become a Scrum Master. And you don't need to spend so much time, so much money, so much mental space trying to figure all of this thing out, especially if you are super ready and committed to become a Scrum Master. You don't need it. So these are common roadblocks that stops people. And there are more roadblocks, right? Oh, money might be a roadblock. But look at how much Scrum Masters earn. The amount of money you invest, for example, in my program, you probably get that money in 2 weeks' salary. Just make the math. 2 weeks' salary equals to a whole life change, a whole life transformation. 2 weeks' salary. In fact, it's even less than 2 weeks because you probably earn more in 2 weeks. 2 weeks' salary, right? So I would like to make this really clear and visible to people so that they know what the cost is. Is it really a cost or is it an investment? Right? Is it really a cost or is it really an investment? So, I mean, again, I have shared what is Scrum, what is Agile. I've shared, the demand for Scrum Masters. I've shared you don't need to be technical to become a Scrum Master. I've shared some common misconception. I've shared about just what are the things you need to have in place if you really want to be a Scrum Master and you don't have that technical background, right? And I'm sharing our students who've gone through our program who are working as Scrum Masters in multiple companies, even showing the different companies that they've worked in. Their reviews are everywhere. They are really successful. Some of them, like I said, no technical background. They didn't need a computer science degree. They didn't need to spend hours and hours on YouTube. They didn't need to spend a lot of money trying to change their life, right? They didn't need to do all of that, right? And here they are working, and just telling you that it's also possible for you. It's really possible. Like, the world is your oyster. You just have to make a decision for yourself as to, okay, this is it. This is the pace I want to take, the place I want to stay at, the course I want to take. This is the field I want to be in, and literally be all into it, as opposed to trying to try so many things. You get overwhelmed, you get exhausted, you do half and half of everything, as opposed to literally saying, this is the space that I want to be in. And one of the things that, like I said earlier on, that I really love about the Scrum space is you can leverage it even in your current place. And one of the things that I teach is how do we even build that experience right now with what you're doing, and we break all of that in my program and in our course. So I want to just share with you what your options are, and if you have any question for me, please do not hesitate at all to put in the chat. I'll be super happy to answer your questions as we're coming towards like the end of the session, and I'm sharing with you how what your options are. So if you're on here and you want to make that decision or you want to become a Scrum Master, you can either look for IT roles within your organization. That is a good option, but so many conditions are out of your control. You know that, I know that. IT degree is not required. Please don't get an IT degree because you want to become a Scrum Master. It's more expensive, just takes your time. Doing some multiple online courses, that is just not it, because we started, we don't finish it. A career training program, that I would recommend, of course, yes. Not just because I am biased, but because we have proofs and we've seen it work, right? And so again, comprehensive end-to-end program that will cover the knowledge, your experience, and your job search. Knowledge, experience, and job search. So not just an online course giving you the knowledge, not an IT degree that will just give you again the knowledge, not the IT role with your company that probably would not offer you the opportunity. So why not just come get the knowledge, get the experience, and then your job search and all of that is also a part of our program. And so you might say, okay, well, Stella, I know one other company or some other thing, that place that they do all of this. So why should we come to NSTAR? Well, for multiple reasons, right? Multiple reasons. And so again, here at NSTAR Technologies, we offer the Scrum Master Comprehensive Program. And this program is designed to really help you land that Scrum Master job in 8 to 10 weeks, without you breaking the bank, without you trying to get into another school for another program or another degree, without you trying to wing it and just delaying what could literally be a career-changing moment for you. And so this is our Scrum Master Comprehensive Program, and it's an 8-week course, and I'll tell you more about just the breakdown of it. But it is literally end-to-end, from knowledge to experience to support. And you see right there that we will continue to work with you until you do get a job. And that is something that a lot of companies or institutions don't offer at all. And so if you're asking, why should you come to NSTAR Technologies? Well, We literally would work with you until you get that job. And there are three core pillars of our program, right? So we have the tech mastery phase. So when I say tech, what I really mean is the Scrum mastery phase. So going into the Scrum part of it. So for me, when I think about Scrum, I think about it from a technical perspective, because guess what? Even the technical developers are not expert in Scrum. You are the technical expert of Scrum. They might be technical expert in some coding program, but you are the technical expert in Scrum, right? And so we go into the Scrum mastery phase, ensuring we understand what the tools are, the components are, understand what it means to literally leverage this, this skill on the job. Then we have the career launch program. And so the framework is just because we're giving you the knowledge and showing you what it means to be on the job, but we also have to get you ready to get that job, because recruiters are not going to care what you know in your mind if they cannot see it on paper on your resume, or they cannot hear it when they talk to you during your interview, right? And so from resume writing to online positioning to LinkedIn to our strategies on how to apply for jobs on job portal is all part of our 8 weeks program as well. And then recruitment and hiring funnel. So here we'll teach you how to understand what interviewers are looking for. How do they make their hiring decisions? We prepare you for your interviews. We have live mock interviews, right? We share literally every week, we curate job openings for our students that are still applying, and we share that with them. When recruiters reach out to us, we share that with our network as well. And that key advantage that we also have is we have quite a bit of real life Scrum Master interviews. So you know what's in the mind of the interviewers, and you're prepared before it even gets to your turn. Right, so these are 3 core pillars of our program: the tech mastery phase, so the Scrum mastery phase, the career launch program, and then recruitment and hiring funnel. Again, from end to end, to get you ready to literally get that job, right? To get you ready to move from just where you are right now. So you might be in the phase where I have an idea of what Scrum Master is. Well, what about the career launch part of it, right? What about the interview part of it? Are you ready for that? So we have all of this. We cater to all of this because we know our community, we know our network, we know where the gaps are. We're in the field, and we are always pivoting and modifying to make sure that our students are top of pile in that supply pipeline, right? And that they get their job. And so again, here's what is included in our Scrum Master program: the proven curriculum that will take the guesswork and get you your agile career. Weekly live virtual mentorship. Every week we have live virtual mentoring session. You have access to class recordings. So even if you feel like I've got multiple things going on for me, I don't have the time, you literally have the recording. One-on-one. Our students have this opportunity as well. If during the program you need like an extra hand holding, extra help, an assignment is not clear to you, you have that opportunity as well. Unlimited demand, of course, unlimited support for on Slack. So if you have questions, you have your answers well catered for. Job search and interview preparation, you have the access to private alumni community, you have support still employment, you have template and script that will help you answer difficult interview questions, a resume that will land you more jobs and help you be able to negotiate confidently with your recruiters. And so all of this, we could have just ended with the first one, but again, your success is our success. So how can we set you up for success? And this is all of this literally as part of our Scrum Master program. And so you might ask, well, is that it? There is actually more, right? We are certified by the state of Georgia to be able to offer this training. Yes. So that means this is not a mix and match, whatever fixes, blended. No, it is end to end. We are literally audited every year. And so our program is top of notch, ensuring that it is giving maximum value to all of our students. Experienced instructors, hands-on training, all the tools and software that you need and that you're going to use on the job, you have it on point of registration. So remember that student that they just told her to start doing sprint planning? Her navigating their team board, it wasn't like, where is the mouse? It was like she knew exactly where she could go to. Because what? She had access to those tools here in class, right? Again, I can keep going on and on and on. Certificate of completion. We give you a certificate of completion. You can put it on your LinkedIn, you can put it on your resume. What if you want your recruiters to call us to ask us to be through our program? Absolutely, yes. We can speak to you and vouch for you as well, as long as you were in class and you met all of the class requirements, because there are class requirements. There are absolutely class requirements, right? But for your own success, for your own benefit. And so we might say, well, what is the investment for this, Stella? Stella, I'm sold, I'm in and everything. Just in case you're not aware, I've activated the offer somewhere there, and so you can click on the offer. I think we have 3 offers going on right now, and I'm going to share more. So you can either book a call with an admissions rep if you have some more questions, but I'll recommend that you put your questions in the chat today so that I can answer them. You can reserve your seat in our next Scrum Master class, and I'm going to tell you how much that is, but you can reserve it right now. If you don't want to know how much it is and you want to go, do that. And we have something called the Agile Masters Inner Circle. I'll talk about that briefly. Let me just keep going right now. So what is the investment for the Scrum Master Comprehensive Course? Now, again, this is for someone who wants to become a successful Scrum Master on the job. We know who we're targeting. We know who our audience is. Regardless of your background, regardless of what you think or what you don't think, regardless if you work in technical or not technical, regardless of where you're coming from, if your job is that I want to get a Scrum Master job, then this is the program for you. The total price of everything I've shown has been $23,500. But today's price is just $3,500. $3,500. And so I would recommend that this is still right here. This is a still. We have payment plans available. You make an initial deposit of half of this, and then the rest is spread across 8 to 10 weeks. We've got financing partners that you can work with as well. You can literally secure your slots in our next class. So we have classes that happens once every quarter, and so we have another class coming up really pretty soon. And I like to keep my class really pristine and manageable, because every student comes with their own uniqueness, and I want to make sure that I'm always paying attention to each student and taking them from where they are to where I know they can do to become a Scrum Master. So I would definitely recommend, if you are ready to make the decision, make that decision right now. If you know someone who perhaps you want to bring a friend to class because you love your friends like that, bring your friends to class and share this with them right away. Right? So the offer is activated right now. Let me know if you can see it. It's activated. I've activated it. If you cannot see it, then I'm not sure what's going on, but I definitely have activated it. Okay. I have someone asking about the offer. It is activated. So, and let me know if you also have any question around just the program itself or any of the things I've covered today. I want you to be able to say, you know what, I'm taking the guesswork out of this. I'm tired of figuring this out by myself. I am going round and around this mountain for far too long. I am doing multiple jobs and working ridiculous hours, and I just don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to sacrifice my family time anymore. I want to have work-life balance. I don't want to work a low-paying job where they don't respect me, they don't acknowledge what I do. I'm always pissed off when I'm going to work, more pissed when I'm leaving work. I don't want to just deal with inexperienced trainers out there who just want to collect my money and just let me go. I want to invest in a program that will really help me and understand where I'm coming from, and understand that I need to walk through things to get to where I am, and they're patient with me, and they're also result driven. If that is how you're thinking, that's what NSTAR Technologies is here for. That's what our comprehensive Scrum Master program literally is here for as well. And so, and I want to believe that, we are all, I've come to that point in time where it's, I want to take the guesswork out of my career change program. So that is it. Let me know if you have any question from you regarding this. Let me take a look at the chat. I don't see any questions yet. So I talked briefly about the Agile Masters Inner Circle, and I will talk more about that, right? And so if you're also still thinking about the job market, because I know that people are saying, well, the job market, is there still a demand for Scrum Masters? Yes. Again, more statistics to show the demand. We are only going to keep growing from 1 year to 1 year to 1 year to 1 year. Like literally, let me show you this, right? So 67%, right? Literally, Scrum Master roles are increasing every year, 67% every year. To me, that is such a ridiculous amount of number. That is like the demand can only get higher and higher and higher, right? And so if you look at Scrum Master jobs out there, look at 161,000 Scrum Master jobs in the United States. Look at the range of Scrum Masters. Like it's not a question at all. And so I couldn't just pass off of this chances picture and just say the demand is there. The demand is there. Companies are looking for you. Companies are looking for your skills. Companies want you to come in and help their teams deliver. Companies want you to come in and help their teams talk to themselves. Companies want you to come in and help them be better in their processes, in their products, and with their people, right? So they're literally looking for you. The question is, are you looking for them, or is this the space that you want to be? I'm going to take a pause now to see if anyone have any questions for me.